Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordyn and welcome to my October TBR. It is already that time of year to be planning Q4 reading, which is crazy. I am excited about it. I'm excited about the books that I have planned. I will give the disclaimer that I am not too much of a seasonal reader or like a holiday reader. In October, I do appreciate that it's spooky season, but I'm not all that much of a spooky season reader. I don't know. I read a lot of thrillers, but that's kind of it. And I guess all that to say that my TBR is not as much dictated by October as it is by like the videos that I want to put up. Hopefully that makes sense, but let's go ahead and get right into it. The first book that I will be reading in October is actually a physical arc that I have. It's called The Revenge Game by Jordyn Taylor. I have not heard really anybody else talk about this book. The reason that I am excited about it is because I have already read Jordyn Taylor's 2 other books. I have a video about it. It's kind of an old video because it's been a while since she published. I read her books because her name is Jordyn Taylor. My name is also Jordyn Taylor, if you did not know. Taylor is my middle name and my first name is spelled with a Y, just like this author. So I thought that was cool. I tried her books on a whim. I ended up really loving both of her first 2 books. And so I've had this book on my radar ever since it was announced that it's coming. And I don't really know anything about it, but I am excited to read it. According to the back of the book, it looks like it's a young adult kind of mystery thriller set at an elite prep school, and rumors about the guys having a competition to see who can get with the most girls, and then the girls take matters into their own hands. Lies, secrets, backstabbing, when push comes to shove, who will be left standing? I don't know if this is really a book I would pick up on my own if it weren't for this author and having loved her books before, but I'm excited to give it a try. This book comes out in November, so I'm excited to get it read. Then in October, I will be doing both Book of the Month and Aardvark reading vlogs because I am not really behind on my books from them, but I have enough for each to do a full video. So for Book of the Month, I have 3 books that I'll be reading. The first is The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. I've seen a lot of really great reviews for this book. I'm curious to see if I will also enjoy it because I know it has fantasy elements. I think it is lighter fantasy and I think it has some emotional elements within it, so excited for it. Funny that my first 2 books both have the word game in the title. Maybe it will just be a game-focused month. But excited to read this one. Then I also have a thriller that I need to read. So I picked The Intern by Michelle Campbell. Didn't really know anything about it, so going in a little bit blind. The top of the synopsis just says, a young Harvard law student falls under the spell of a charismatic judge in this timely and thrilling novel about class, ambition, family, and murder. Sounds up my alley. Excited to give it a try. Will definitely report back on my thoughts on this one. And then the third book that I will be reading for that Book of the Month vlog, I do not have yet because I just picked it yesterday, so it's still on its way to me. But I picked The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwa. I also hadn't really seen other people talk about this book, but the early reviews look good. The synopsis looks good. It appears to be kind of a general fiction book with a little bit of a mystery undertone about the ferocious pull of motherhood for 2 very different women. I believe it's about an adoptive mom who has adopted a child from China, and then the biological mom who I think is trying to get that child back. It's kind of giving me vibes of Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, and I do think I'm in the mood for this kind of a little bit slower, character-focused mystery type book. So I hope I love it, but can't wait to read it. And I'm excited for that vlog to have kind of a variety of genres and tones of books for me to talk about. Then for my Aardvark vlog, as of now I have 4 books to read for that. Books actually drop tomorrow, so I may have 1 more to include if I end up picking a book for October. But the books that I have so far are, first of all, The Drowning Woman by Robin Harding. I've seen actually surprisingly good reviews for this book. Not that I've seen a lot of people read it, but the ones that have said good things. I've definitely heard mixed reviews for other Robin Harding books. I don't think I've read any of them, but yeah, this one says a deliciously twisted story of friendship, retribution, and betrayal about a homeless woman fleeing a dangerous past and the wealthy society wife she saves from drowning who pulls her into a dark web of secrets and lies. Sounds interesting. Excited to give it a try. I have another mystery thriller that I picked, I think 2 months ago, How Can I Help You by Laura Sims. I've seen a few good reviews about this one too, so we will see. Let's see, the lives of 2 librarians become dangerously intertwined in this razor-sharp exploration of human nature and the lure of artistic obsession. I don't know, sounds fun. The cover intrigued me. It is pretty short, so interested to see how much it packs into a shorter story. I will let you know. And then the other 2 books I have for Aardvark are a little bit different in genre, I think. So the first one is Bridge by Lauren Bukes. Aardvark sold this one to me hard. It sounds like this is a sci-fi book, and they were comparing it to other like books and movies and shows that I could love. I have honestly had the best luck with like sci-fi speculative type books from Aardvark, so hopefully the trend continues with this one. It appears to have something to do with a gateway to other worlds or other lives. I don't know if that is like time travel or alternate realities. There are infinite realities. She's looking for one. I don't know. I haven't seen any reviews about this one, so I'm excited to go in with hopeful but blank expectations and see where it brings me. And last but not least, the fourth Aardvark book that I have to read in October is Learned by Heart by Emma Donoghue. I have read Room, which is this author's most popular book. I really enjoyed it. I know that she's had other books published. Oh wow, a lot of books actually, that whole list. And I've heard not so great things about her other books, but the premise of this one sounded interesting. It says a profoundly moving and stunning novel based on the true story of two girls who fall secretly and dangerously in love at boarding school in 19th century York, from the best-selling author of Room and The Wonder. I don't know, I was curious about it. I am intrigued by the cover. As you all know, I am a sucker for a beautiful cover, so I thought I would give it a chance. All right, and then otherwise in October, I do know of 2 readathons happening, which I am very excited for. Not sure how much I will be participating, as evidenced by a recent video I posted called Recent Failed Readathons. I have not been having the best luck with vlogging my readathons. I'm not really sure why, but they haven't turned out. So I'm not sure if I'll have dedicated vlogs, but I do want to read at least one book for both of these readathons because they are being hosted by my friends. So I want to support them. I want to get the word out. So the first one happening in October is called Made of Magic. This is being run by my friend Summer at Seasons Readings and Zoe from Zoe Delaney. This is a really cute kind of weekend readathon from October 6th to the 8th. They've got just 2 reading prompts, so I did pick a book for both of them. We'll see if I get to them within that actual weekend, or maybe I'll just read them sometime in October. But the first prompt is to read a book with purple on the cover. So I'm gonna go with The Bandit Queens by Parini Shroff. As you can see, there are purple letters. It also has a bright purple spine. I did attempt to read this in August, I think, but it didn't really turn out. Not to the fault of this book, just to the fault of myself. I only got like 54 pages in. I will probably start it over. I'm excited to read this book. I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I just didn't make time for it the last time I tried reading it. But this is about a woman whose husband has gone missing. Everyone around her seems to think that she is the one who killed him, and now other women are coming to her asking her to kill their husbands. So very fun premise. I've heard great things and excited to actually read it and finish reading it in October. And then the other reading prompt for Made of Magic is to read a book with some kind of magical element in it. Obviously, as a non-fantasy reader, that prompt scares me a little bit, but I do have a book on my physical TBR that I think fits the bill. Very excited to read it. It's Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I have seen literally nothing but great reviews about this book, and that is coming from fantasy readers and non-fantasy readers. So even though I believe this is a light fantasy book, it sounds like it has other things in it that people are just loving. I believe it's historical, which I like. It has something to do with gods, which I don't like. When 2 young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell in a war between gods to seal their fate forever. I don't know, guys. I would truly never pick this up if it weren't for the overwhelming positive reviews that I've seen for it. I think this romance must be a good one. I'm giving it a chance, and I have high hopes because so many of my friends who read similarly to me are loving it. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect, and I'm excited to find out. Okay, and then the other readathon happening in October is Bookathon. This is being hosted by Keisha at A Book Like You, Gwen from Gwendolyn Kensinger, and Gabby from Gabbing About Books. 3 great friends of mine. They hosted this last year and I did vlog it, but it's a readathon dedicated to reading spooky middle grade books, which is pretty outside my comfort zone, but also I've generally enjoyed a lot of the ones that I've picked up. I only have 1 book on my TBR for this readathon for now, because again, just dedicated readathon vlogs have not been working in my favor. But this last month in September, I co-hosted the Upside Down Readathon, which was super fun, and Olivia from Liv's Library read Whispering Pines by Heidi Lang and Katie Bartkowski, and she loved it. She gave it 5 stars, and the way she was pitching it made it sound really good and really creepy, and I want to see what all the fuss was about. So this is just a spooky middle grade book. I don't really know anything about the plot. I don't have the physical copy, but I know I can get it through Hoopla, so I will be listening to the audiobook, and I'm excited about it. I otherwise don't have anything on my Bookathon TBR, so let me know if you are planning on participating in that readathon and what you're planning on reading, and if there's anything, I don't know, you would recommend to me. But that is all I have for my October TBR. It feels manageable. September was not my highest reading month though, so I don't know what to really expect in October, but I'm excited about the stack of books that I have. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I talked about and what your thoughts were. Let me know what you're planning on reading in October. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.